Hey there, welcome or welcome back to another episode on the Scaling Season podcast. I am your host, Joly Tematio, and in today's episode, we are going to discuss four funnels that are working right now in 2024. I'm recording this episode on the 25th of February 2024, and I really want to pull back the layer and share with you the top four funnels that we've seen working the best over the past, I would say, 8 to 6 months working with clients, helping them scale to the multiple 60 year payment. And before we even dive deep into which these funnel are, I wanted to start with a disclaimer saying that these funnel are going to we call them the comeback funnel because they're literally designed to help you obliterate any sales plump that you've experienced in your marketing, in your sales and marketing strategy, because we do live in a bit of a crazy season where most business owners have noticed that their sales are slowed down, so it takes more time for customers to make a decision and to invest. And so these funnels are really designed to help you, boost and accelerate that conversion process in case you are in the sales slump at the moment. And these funnel are going to work in the following industry the best. So if you're selling something online, if you're in the online education space, if you're in the coaching space, if you are having it done for you, agency like a marketing agency, or you're a service provider and you're offering professional services, like legal, consulting, real estate, booking, bookkeeping, and so forth and so on. So these are going to work the best for those industry. Now, the reason what we've the way in which the application of this funnel are really designed for business owners that are looking to, book more calls with qualified prospects, getting new member into the membership site. They want to sell their online course, they want to get new customer for the software, they want to, scale the mentorship program, the mastermind, they want to get more people inside those high level community as well. That's going to work beautifully for you. And this is what we and the reason why we came up with this funnel after testing different variation of similar funnel for our client is because since 2023, we've literally, end of 2022 to beginning of 2023, we've noticed that something was going on, like the market has just shifted, right? And we had different problems such as, or challenges, I would say, such as we've seen an increase in ad costs and they were kind of out of control. They just started getting a whole lot more expensive, and acquiring a customer started to increase. So the cost to acquire a customer was higher. We also seen that it was harder and harder to get, high ticket client, because it was just expensive, more and more expensive to book calls. And even when we were placing social seller or appointment setters on our client account, it was really tricky to manage them, and they were sometimes very expensive as well, and inconsistent in the level at which they were delivering results. And the third issue that we had was also that people were just there was kind of a buying fatigue. People were just tired of having the same messaging shown to them over and over again. So they became so the messaging became just was not hitting anymore to the target audience. They were not responding to to our messaging, and it's because customer were less trusting toward offers, and also because there were more people and more people offering the same things, because there are more and more people getting to the online space. So it becomes more and more challenging for, business owner. Maybe you've noticed in yourselves there are more and more people in the same space as yours. That makes you think, okay, how do I change my approach, to remain relevant in this very changing economy and marketplace. So those are the problems that we had. And we also saw that the traditional funnel were simply no longer working. They used to work, in 2020, 2021, but in 2022, 2023, it was really harder and harder to make them work. So there was a need, and a pressing need to actually create something different, test something different, to get our client the level of, and even our agency as well, to get back to the level of result that we had before, right? And so that's how we came up with this funnel. Now, the first one that we have, I just wanted to have it like, so that you actually understand how this came to be, so you can actually see if this is aligned with, what you're looking for. So if you're also experiencing the same, if you've experienced, or if you're still experiencing the same challenges in scaling your sales and marketing efforts, this episode is going to be perfect for you. Now, the very first funnel that we've leveraged is what we call our AI funnel. Now, the beauty of having the AI funnel is that it's really a funnel that allows you to start with content, right? You're gonna start with creating content online, content that's really designed to get the attention of your ideal prospect. So you are going to really highlight the pain point, show them the gap in their understanding from where they are to where they actually want to be. And after creating the content, you're going to lead with the call to action for them to, comment something in the we call it the AI VSL funnel, yeah. So you can tell them to comment something in the comment section, like a trigger word. Once they leave the comment, it might be like book, or they might comment interested or whatever, or profit, for instance. Once they leave the comment, we have a chat bot, and we use mini chat for this one. We have a chat bot that really allows them to that really send them a message. Might send them a link to a VSL. Ideally, here we send them a link to a VSL so that they can go ahead and watch the VSL. Now, the VSL, if you're not familiar with the term, is a video sales letter. It's ideally like a 7 to 15 minute, maximum 20-minute long video sales letter, where we actually display what your offer is about, what makes it different from what they've tried in the past, and what they need to do in order to work with you. So the comment trigger word, they are automatically have a chat bot that sends them that the link to the VSL. They watch your video, which is hooked onto a sales page. We've even had a client having a 250K launch in 1 week, but we, instead of having this build on the sales page, we literally had it on a Google Doc, and it worked beautifully. So you don't even have to worry about the tech side of things. It's more about the psychology that goes into creating the VSL itself. That's really what's going to have the biggest impact in terms of making this work for you. So they go to the VSL, they watch the VSL, they learn more about your offer, and from there they can go ahead and book. They can go ahead and either schedule a call or buy your offer. It really depends if you're wanting people to directly go ahead and purchase from you. You can have directly your checkout page on there. After they click on the call to action button on your VSL page, and they go ahead and either they buy or they schedule a call to work with you. Now, the beauty of having this funnel set up the way in which it is that it really allows you to keep, not only increase your engagement on social media, which allows your post to be seen by more and more people, because the more people comment on in the comment section, the more whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, your post is going to be pushed to more people, to more of your ideal client. So that's one of the big one of the benefit. The other benefit is that you are also going to get a more intimacy with your target audience, right? More intimacy with your ideal prospect, because we live in a day and age where people are just craving intimacy, especially especially with all of the AI and automation stuff. So having them in your DM allow you to have that intimacy and be able, even if they don't buy the first time they land on the page, to go back now and follow up with them. Have a social seller that you place on your account that's actually going to go ahead and ask them question. Hey, I've seen that you've watched the training. Do you have any question? Is there anything that prevents you from buying? So again, it really allows you to create that intimacy, which is going to be more likely for them to then buy, because you are again going to be able to have a conversation with them and qualify them on your chat, and then get them to purchase, because they're going to feel more confident. Now, even if they don't purchase, you can still have all of the information saved. You can have your CRM that's hooked with your chatbot software, so that all of those information are saved, and you can go ahead and follow up with them, either using a social seller or really having an automation set up to make it happen. So tools that we use for this are mini chat and go high level that we use for this. But again, the technology doesn't really matter. It's more about how to think through this. So an example of how this might look like, for instance, if you are, let's assume that you are, for instance, like a health coach, and you help people lose you get help people get in the best shape of their life when they work with you, right? So you can, for instance, have a reel, and you can have that reel that you share on Instagram and on TikTok or even on Facebook, and it might be a reel that really feature and highlight a common health issue, right? A common issue, and also and shows a way of overcoming that health issue. For instance, if someone has like sugar craving, right, or they are struggling with establishing a consistent workout routine, right, you can provide valuable tips on how to make it happen, and give those real insight, those actionable insight in your reel. Now you end the reel with a call to action and an invitation for viewer to comment, maybe like health boost, or to comment in shape, or to comment shape, if they want to learn, or if they want to receive a free resource that dive deeper into solving that specific issue. And so once they comment, sugar, or once the comment shape or the comment help boost, then you're gonna have an AI appointment setter that's going to engage with them by sending them, by asking them a couple of questions in the DMs and also sending them the link. The goal here is then that once they go onto the VSL and they watch the VSL, they are more likely to now move ahead and take the next step, which is to schedule a call or to purchase from you. That's really the idea is really coming up with those content ideas which are going to be impactful and get them to want to that learn more, and having the bot, the chatbot set up in a way that makes them connect and really discuss, and also having a social seller that you place just in case for more tricky question, because you don't want to leverage AI to the extent where people feel like they're speaking with a bot. So in case you haven't, in case your AI setup it's not really properly enhanced, I highly invite that you start with a social seller and then you think about adding an AI setter. We do have an AI setter for our client because we've been working on this for the past 6 months. So we've refined and tweak and optimize our process over the past couple of months to a place where we are really happy with the way in which it looks like. So that was an example for our first type of funnel, right? Which is our AI VSL funnel. Now the second funnel that we've used is what we call um our webinar funnel. A webinar funnel is a very classic funnel, but the way in which we do it is different, right? The way in which we do the webinar funnel is different. So what we do, we are going to run lead form ads on Facebook, and once we run those lead form ads on Facebook, we get people name, email, phone number, and we ask them a couple of questions that are pertaining to the offer to really see if they're qualified prospect. For instance, we are working with a business coach that was looking to work with clients that were making at least 20K per month in their business, and they were selling like an information product, and they were in the online education space. So the way in which, besides just having the name, email, and phone number question on the lead form, we asked them how many clients they were currently working with, because knowing how many clients they were currently working with and knowing their price points, having those two questions on the form will allow us to disqualify anyone that was not in terms of revenue level where she wanted those prospects to be, and have the best, the la creme de la creme in that sense on her funnel. So that's the lead form. We run lead form ads on Facebook, on Instagram, because it also allows us to have cheaper leads, and that are still high quality because of this filtering process that we do on the front end. Now, once the form is filled, they go onto a VSL. Now they go onto a page, not a VSL here, but they go your webinar page, your masterclass page. That's where they're going to watch your masterclass, which is a bit of a longer presentation where you really go deep into the case study, a bit of your story. You give them three golden nuggets about your offer and how it's going to help them. So you really get them bought into you and who you are as a person. So they feel like they can actually, learn if the investor will going to work, they're going to learn and learn more from you and also earn as they do so. So that's our webinar funnel. It still works really well. The reason why we use the lead form ads is because you're able to get a name and email at the top of the funnel, which allow us then to do all of the nurturing sequences on the back end, with all of the email that are required to get them. If in case they haven't bought after seeing the masterclass, we can go back to the email sequence and send them the replay and send them some deadline sequence, add more urgency, and just even exclusive bonuses to really get them to engage and become client afterwards. The beauty of making this work sustainably for you is really to have the email sequence that's in place and make sure that your masterclass is converting already, without, because what we always advise our client to do is to go ahead and do the masterclass live for maybe like 4 or 5 times to make sure that the messaging is clear. It gets people to engage, to react before we turn into an evergreen. One of the biggest mistakes that we've seen in this space that most people are just looking to go for the evergreen, and they just create something by themselves on their laptop, and they think I'm going to turn this presentation into an evergreen masterclass. It doesn't quite work that way. If you do it in such a way, you're going to see always a lower engagement, lower conversion on your evergreen funnel, because your presentation is not tested. So what's better is actually to do it a couple of times with a live audience. You can run ads to get people to register for an upcoming masterclass. You do it live with them. You answer their question. You see how they interact. You can have that live energy, and you can save it. You can then turn it into an evergreen on-demand masterclass, so that when new people come into your funnel, they still have that energy that can transpire on your when they watch the replay, basically. So that's really powerful. It's also going to allow you to turn it into an evergreen once you're happy with the level of conversion at which your presentation is currently having. So what we like to see when we do these masterclass, we like to see a conversion in terms of people that from people that actually watch the masterclass actually purchase. We like to be at least at 5%. If we are below 5%, it's a kind of a red flag. If we are above 7%, we are happy. And between 5 to 7% is really the place where the range where we like to be at in terms of conversion on your masterclass. You can even get higher conversion typically once you do it live. And so yeah, so that's basically the second funnel. The third funnel that we have, that's kind of one of our favorite now, is what we call our live funnel challenge, live funnel. So this live funnel is really where you want to get people onto your email list, again running leads from here, leads from ads, or even posting content on social media, inviting them to join for an upcoming event, right? So like we call it our live event funnel. And the way in which this works is actually we are having people come and actually sign up for. It might be a challenge, it might be a live workshop, it might be an event, that's maybe like 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, what have you. You probably have seen a couple of those, Tony Robbins and Dean Krasuzzi. I think they've made it very popular in 2020 when they started doing, once a year, their 5 days, unbreakable, and those challenges, right? So having those challenges, it really has been a powerful lever for help to that has allowed some of our clients to really get to $500,000 per month, $700,000 per month in the course of like 5 7 days. And the reason why it works so well is because you're able to build an amazing level of intimacy and trust with your target prospect when they are in that space with you. When you invite them, whether that's on Zoom, on a Facebook group, or even we've seen people like even do it on YouTube, right? But when you invite them in a place where they are there for like maybe 2 hours a day for 5 days, at the end of that experience, they've learned so much from you. They are so solid in what you do and why you are the right person to help them get to wherever they want to be. I think there's nothing such as a live experience to really get them to buy into you and what you do. So by the time they go through those 5 days, they've been doing assignment, they've been working alongside of you, learning about who you are, your story and your offer, and actually you giving them value, you teaching them stuff during those 5 days. When they come out of it, they feel like, oh my god, I don't want to, I want to keep on, being in this ecosystem. I want to keep this going. I want to keep on doing this with this person. So they are more likely to purchase. And so we've seen that typically what converts, but it's having is dropping the sales or dropping the offer on half of the event. So if your event is like 3 days, you want to drop your offer on the second of the event, or even at the end of the first day of the event, because guess what? You're going to see a drop in attendance as your event goes on. So the sooner you drop the offer, the better it is, so you can get people actually, bought into what you do. We've even seen our client literally drop the offer like within the 5 10 minutes of starting the event, because they were like, some people are actually ready to buy. So why wait until like the end of the event? You don't want to wait until the end of the event to talk about your offer. You can do it like right in the middle. So if your offer is like 5 days, you can drop the offer. You can invite them to move to the next step, maybe on day 2 or on day 3, right? And so that's a powerful lever to really go from cold prospect stranger not knowing who you are to having a high paying client at the end of 5 days. It's powerful. I highly recommend. And the last funnel that we've seen works really well as well is what we call our micro book funnel. Now, the microbook funnel is actually for someone that wants to position themselves as an authority in the space, and also just build a big hub. Elevate their brand, elevate their authority in the marketplace, and just have different growth pathway for the business, so they can have more freedom and in terms of income that they're making from their business. So the way in which it looks like is really you combine here ads, ads. My for Facebook, Instagram is kind of the bread and butter. You can also add YouTube ads, and also content on social media. You have those ads that are send people to another page, free plus shipping. That's typically the offer that they have. And typically you want to have the price point of your book, or the shipping fees anywhere from like 7 to 27 max shipping fees. And you can even add another bump on the checkout page to increase the customer card on the front end. If they don't purchase right away, you have what we call abandonment card email that go out to remind them to come and purchase. And then if they purchase the book, with the free shipping, free plus shipping offer, they are led to the one-time offer, right? That's the one-time offer that they have a kind of an upsell. You're probably familiar with the upsell. If they purchase the upsell, after the upsell, they have a second upsell and they have the thank you page. This funnel sales work really well when it comes to converting and getting people to into your ecosystem using a low ticket offer on the front end, which position you as an authority and give them value, and then selling them your main offer on the back end. Now, if they don't purchase your main offer, you still have, and maybe they've started the checkout but they haven't completed the checkout, you still have the name and email, so you can still nurture them afterwards with email and kind of ascend them or just cross promote other offer that you might have in your ecosystem. So that's in a nutshell how this offer will look like. And we've seen clients seeing like stellar result when it comes to the conversion rate on this funnel. So that's those are the four funnels that we use, kind of the bread and butter. One which I haven't discussed is like when we discussed the AI funnel. Something which I wanted to mention is that the AI funnel can also be used with ads. So I've shared how you can do it with the organic posts, getting them on your chats, on your DMs, and then having a chat bot speak with them and send them the link and all that good stuff. You can do the same process leveraging paid ads. So you can have ads running to people, sending them running towards targeting your ideal target audience, sending them, and once they see the ad, they click they give name, email, phone number, and automatically we have an AI setter that reach out to them and speaks with them and converts them. So that can be done both with the organic side and also with the paid side, in case you want to really supercharge your result and have a fast track in terms of how you're able to scale your result basically using this strategy. So those are four of one of our favorite funnel that we are currently using when it comes to really helping our clients scale to the next level. Something which we've noticed in terms of the reason why these things, the couple of elements that are going to make this funnel work really well for you. The first one is actually having a brand. So in 2024, it's actually critical for you to start building your personal brand if you are not already doing so, which means creating content, educating your audience. But I feel like if you listen to this podcast and you're looking to scale beyond 6 figure per month mark and get into the multiple seven figure, 8 figure range, you're probably already building your brand. But I just want you to be more intentional about building your brand, because it's one of those biggest factor that people look at before they make a purchasing decision. So having a personal brand, it's going to make this work even better for you. That's the first thing. So the second thing is that social proof on social proof is huge. People that have worked with you, having those testimonials, don't be shy to share the result that you've helped your client achieve or that you've achieved yourself. That's going to play a massive role. So instead of using a value ladder, which is start with a free offer and then send them slowly towards your main thing, I want you to think more about like a sales continuum, where you actually get them into kind of a flywheel where they experience different offer based on how aware and how likely they are to buy the offer instead. So it's not about, okay, before I sell my 15K product, I need for them to first buy my 10K, my $10 product. It doesn't quite work that way anymore. It's more about, okay, which messaging do I need to get people that actually want to buy my 15K offer? Because you can actually have someone going from stranger to actually be paying you like 15K, 20K to work with you if you have the right marketing and sales sequence in place. So instead of thinking I need a value ladder, think I need a sales continuum, I need a flywheel that's going to allow me to convert those stranger into buyer. And then something which is also that we've seen work with best is actually stopping offering a lot of freebies that don't really offer much value. Those are things that are going to just you know weaken your entire market strategy and not to bring you anywhere. What's work best is actually offering like a low ticket offer on the front end. It's better than offering just a freebie, because actually it's better than for someone to buy something from you, even if it's like $1. At least they've paid, and just the intent of paying means that they're going to be more likely to pay as well in the future. So that's and so if you want to use, like, if you want to do free offer, think about free offer where they're going to get the maximum value. So things like checklist, PDF, those things are no longer as valuable as they used to be. I'd invite you to use your time, invest your time into creating like a high-end experience, like a challenge, a 3-day workshop, a masterclass, which is going to be high energy, high intensity, but also allow you to convert at a higher level on the back end. So, and third thing is really to that email is king. Email is still king. Literally, email is what's bringing about 30 to 40% revenue for most all of our clients that are running this type of funnel, because that's really where the money is made, by knowing which type of email to send to your offer, to your list, and sending them back to the different offer based on their level of awareness, and the level of readiness as well when it comes to buying, to the purchasing power. So those are really the four key things which I want you to have in mind when you go ahead and implement this funnel in your ecosystem, or either one of these funnels. So that's what I had for this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Let me know. You can reach out to me via on social media at Joly Tematio on all platforms. I'm mostly active on LinkedIn and Instagram, so make sure to follow me there as well. Hope this podcast was valuable for you. I really wanted to share this with you, because we live in a bit of a different. I think we are in a different market, so it's really it it pays to really understand how to move, how to pivot, and how to adapt your strategies, so that you keep your head above the curve, and you keep your business growing. So if you need someone that's going to come in and help you, implement this, build this infrastructure in your business and scale to the next level, feel free to reach out to us at Drogon Consulting. You can find us. Just drop me a DM on social media. You can go on the website drogonconsulting.co. That's where you find me and the team. You can schedule a demo call, so that we can see how we can build some of this system in your business. Thank you so much for listening. Um thrilled that you've listened throughout the podcast. I hope you got value. If that's what the case, make sure to share this with a friend that it might help. And I'll see you on the next one. Until then, I wish you a great week, a great day, a great month ahead. Take care.